Hi everyone, welcome to this series where I discuss with you managing your work life and education. So a little background why I'm sharing this with you. I started my master's actually sometime last year. I had certain mindsets, certain challenges when I started discussing with people that were also like having a 9 to 5, or like generally had given some space before they went back to school. We had like some general challenges. Perhaps more people are experiencing this. I could share from my experience and what I'm doing, get better. That's what generally propelled me to do this content. Be a series. This is the first part of it. I'm currently doing my master's in international affairs and diplomacy, and I love because I've always seen myself as someone who wanted to be involved in the international world, like international system. My background, bachelor's degree, is in political science, so it's just a continuation, right? But I took sort of like a 7 years break before going back to school. It has been difficult. The part of that whole academic break which I gave, brain is pretty rusty with the whole process of academics and everything. It's a distant learning, so it's more like you're doing online and stuff like that. So it's not like you're having like interactions with a teacher like directly, so you're having like issues with network and all of those kind of things. I have a life, I have a 9 to 5, and I have so many other things I'm responsible for. Not like I have all the time, like back then when I was in school, my priorities were more of my schooling. Now I have many more things, and my priorities are kind of widely spread apart quite a lot. And of course, I know some of you also are probably like mothers, fathers, and so it just keeps compounding to how much you don't have time for these things, right? That's why really this video is for you. So please don't forget to subscribe, follow me as I share with you, leave a comment. Let's talk about these things. If you have like personal pains you would like me to really talk about, please leave it in the comment. I'm really happy to do some research, share with you, and all of that, make inquiries, all of those things. Finding that out I have learned to do. So I'm currently in the second semester, and I'm kind of like kicking off early because of some of the experiences I had in the first semester. So in the first semester, I kind of felt like, oh well, it's not difficult. I know these things. I mean, it's not United Nations. It's not about the Middle East. Okay, this is something I can handle. I'm familiar with things happening on the international scene. But the truth is, when it came to writing my exams, I realized I really wasn't familiar. Most times, like, we can generally understand what the conversation is, but when it comes to the theories, the dates, the years, all of those things, we just mentally get washed out, right? So those things really do a lot. I noticed that I kind of was giving myself the same rating, like, how do I put it? I sort of was looking at the whole system, like the whole educational thing, from the place of, oh well, been here, done that before, so there's no need for me to be this stressed about it. And then it turned out that, yeah, it's not what I expected. So the level of course which you give to your BSc, it's a different level of automatically that's expected in your masters. To quickly start changing that mindset that it's not just another degree, that actually it is a degree, and this is a higher degree, meaning that it's something different, meaning that my sense of understanding how I'll be able to put together my words, how I'll be able to write my answers, how I'll be able to explain concept theories and put them together is really highly important. I realized I needed to go back to the drawing board of literally being a learner. So you have to like go back to telling yourself, I am a learner. This was something I struggled with. I wasn't really thinking like I am a learner. I was kind of thinking, oh well, I'll just read through, I should be able to understand what I'm reading. And no, it wasn't flowing. So because I didn't have the mindset of being a learner. And what does it mean being a learner? It means that you should have an open mind, you are inquisitive, you're curious, you are researching and connecting with the materials from the perspective of, oh, is this so, like looking at it from the angle of this is something new, like not from, oh well, doing that. No, it's like this is new, so I should have that mindset that I am learning this afresh. I am seeing it from a new perspective. Like, this is like the foundation, going back to the mindset of being a learner. Imagine if you were learning something very new, how would you handle it? So that's the kind of mindset. Don't look at it from the angle of, yeah, this is familiar. No, it's from the place of, I am a learner. Like, I am open to learning. When you open your coursework, it could also be like listening to the news or whatever, watching YouTube videos, watching other people talk about it, asking questions, just having that mindset, foundational concept of, you know, being a learner. Also, you also want to understand how you understand things. So there were certain ways I used to be able to manage things before, like understand my concepts and theories back then in school. Like, I didn't need to read much. I just needed to like understand the general perception of the thing, and voila, I'm good to go. Now it's different. So I found this page, this website that talks about the different forms of learning, and then they had like this quiz test which really helped me. And then I took the quiz test, and it says I'm a crapper. A crapper is a kind of fish, and the website is called I Can Study. I'll add it to this video. You should definitely do it. What it did to me was I was able to now understand how I learn, how I retain information. So some of us retain information by reading just the paper and then read over and over. Some of us are visual learners, and many more. Some of us like to interact with what we've studied. In that way, we grab more information. I am kind of in that place. I'm like a mixture of being a visual person, and then, you know, it just works with me, and then I interact with it. So for example, if I want to go read about maybe like the Syrian war, for example, that was something we studied last year. When I read through the coursework, I was like, no, I don't understand Jack. But I went on YouTube. I went and then I watched a video about it. It was like, oh, watching a movie. So I was like, okay, cool, this is good. So by the time I went back to the coursework, I was familiar with what I was reading because of I had already given myself a visual understanding of what I was reading. And then so it kind of helped. And then when I now had the opportunity, I was now sharing with others what I learned. So it kind of solidified my understanding of things. So you want to know how you learn, and definitely recommend that you check out this website where you would know the different types of learners, understand your strengths and weaknesses, and being able to navigate through. Finally, I want you to also learn to give yourself grace. Understand that you're not the same person you were when you were doing your undergrads. Like, you are totally not the same person. You're a person who has evolved, gone through a lot of things, and so don't be mad at yourself if you're not getting it. Instead, see it as a challenge, a new adventure that you want to plunge into. And that means being kind to yourself when the first time you study you are not available, you didn't really get it, or maybe the class is ongoing and you're not getting what the lecturer is saying and things like that. Just be kind to yourself. Understand that this is like you're a new phase of your life, and so you're approaching it from that angle. And talking about being kind to yourself, these are tips that you need for your mental health. And so I wrote a guide, a 10 tips guide on wholesome thinking, wholesome living, wholesome mindset. And so you can also get that, and the link is on my description box. The good part is I do send newsletters about wholesome living, mental wellness, and so if you leave your email address in the form, the link is on the description box. You can access these you get my newsletters, or you can follow me on Substack and also subscribe there and get my newsletters. So yes, there's just so many exciting things you could do. Now, these are just the 2 tips I'll be sharing for now as an introduction. Our next video will definitely be exploring more things and actively looking at how we can navigate through. I hope this video helped, and of course, if you have another tip that has been working for you, I mean, the comment is where we should share our thoughts and be able to add value to each other's lives. So I really look forward to learning from you as well. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment, and see you soon.